always use my color blindness. Looking at red-green color, red-green, I can't distinguish between the two. They're different, but I can't tell the difference. Well, I can some degree. That's why you can always ask me, what do you think? And I'll give you an opinion. Decorating your house. So whether can we experience enlightenment temporarily? I don't think, well, the awareness of enlightenment, the awareness of things as they are, I think we can go between. We can go between. But to sustain that, I think, takes a change in the way that we see things and understand things. Again, there's no separation between enlightenment and unenlightenment. It's the same thing. Our misperception of that causes this seemingly separate realities. It's not somewhere else. Red and green are different, but my perception of red-green makes it the same. So that's backwards, huh? I gotta stop using that example. It's like I was saying that my father was responsible for my color blindness. It's a genetic characteristic. But actually it's my mom. It's my mom's fault. So my mom carries the genetic, I guess, component to that color blindness. I got it from mom. Tom?
My question is about enlightenment also. I know you had a dialogue with Christian ministers. And saw a program last night with Deepak Chopra, and the discussion revolved around the Judeo-Christian context of enlightenment. Is that the same or different than the way Buddhism looks at enlightenment?
Yeah, I would tend to think, well, the question is the enlightenment that Christianity speaks about, is it the same enlightenment that Buddhism describes? I would want to tend to say that it's different because the institutional base of it is different. The reality base is the same, but how you approach that is different. So, I mean, there can't be two realities. There's only one reality. How you approach that is different. And so whether that enlightenment is the same or different, institutionally I think it's different. But there's only one reality. Last time somebody asked about dualism, how do we deal with dualities? There's no two, there's only one. And as we separate the world out into categories, that's when we start running into problems, or we begin to experience problems, because we start to have likes and dislikes. And so there's only one reality. There's no two realities. How we
it has to do with language, I guess.
Well, language, culture, everything influences our view of the world, shapes our view of the world. Knowing that we have influences that shape our view of the world, though, is different. Sometimes things have been around for such a long time. We feel it's so deeply ingrained in our way of seeing the world that we see that as truth. But in another culture, another place and time, that truth may be quite different. So it's beginning to see that the view of the world that I have is just one view, then I think is the beginning of enlightenment, beginning to see things simply as they are, without categories, before it separates into two, simply being able to see things as they are. Steve?
Has anyone reached enlightenment since Buddha?
Yeah, this guy that's in Nepal. No, I don't know. Whenever we ask that question, I think is would we recognize a Buddha if we saw one? I think that's the question. And I don't know. I mean, he could very well be. Is he in Nepal? Was that where you're from? This young boy, it was called Buddha Boy. Yeah, and he decided he's going to go back into the forest, and he may very well be Buddha. But it's interesting that he says he's they say, the people around him say that he is the reincarnation of Siddhartha. Technically that can happen, because Siddhartha experienced parinirvana, complete nirvana. Nirvana means to extinguish the ego, extinguish the identity of me. And parinirvana is absolute extinguishing, so that there's no residual. There's nothing that remains. So it's kind of interesting there. But who knows? That's why I guess the question is, the more important question is enlightenment important to me? And how do I experience it? That's more important. Who is Buddha? Less important. In fact, in Zen they say, when you see the Buddha, kill the Buddha. Don't take that literally. What they mean is, when you think you see the Buddha, the image of Buddha, get rid of it. Don't hang on to that, the importance of Buddha. When you see the Buddha, kill the Buddha.
There's been some debate about the use of Buddha nature in Joshinshu. Can you share a little bit about that? Because I'm always stumped with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the debate is. I mean, Buddha nature that each being has the capacity for enlightenment. Is that what it is? Buddha nature. If we didn't have the capacity for Buddha nature, may as well just forget about it. But I think, again, when you go back to, if you go back to fundamental Buddhism, basic fundamental Buddhism, there's no separation between enlightenment and non-enlightenment. I guess the question begins to occur when we ask, why am I unenlightened? And so there may be a question about Buddha nature. Why am I an unenlightened being? If there's no separation between enlightenment and unenlightenment, it's enlightenment and unenlightenment, and it is only my inability to see things clearly that separates me. Why am I in that state of unenlightenment? If it's always been, if enlightenment is underlying, it's always there underlying it, why am I in this current state of unenlightenment? Why am I not in a state of enlightenment, in an enlightened state? Rather, why is it that I am an unenlightened being? Maybe that's not a question. I don't know.